So we've got some walnuts, we've got some Brazil nuts, and we've got some dates. They're all pitted, and last but not least we've got hazelnuts. Stick those on top. Then I made some chocolate brownie, so I've popped it in a little bag. There we go, got some chocolate brownie. Pop that on there. And then just some biscuits. They're like caramel type biscuits. Just shove those on there. And then we've got some incense. So I'll just stick that around here. Good goodness me, choking me. It does smell nice though, whatever it is. A lot of these are Arabic, so I put those on there like that, and that's it. I've also, up here, got some apples. So these are the last of the apples off the tree, and some pears. So that's that tree done. So if you look over here, this is our food, this is our gifting site. So if I make my way over here, and I'm not really looking at the grassy areas, but all of this where there's cones down, very worn, very well worn footpath. More over here, very worn. The ground is bare. Just thought I would point that out. So I'm still a plastic bag short, and the container for the peanut butter, I am short of one of those. So, well, several of them, they just disappear. Here's something for you. It doesn't look much, but look at the pattern from here. Now, we see this shape so frequently. It's like an X attached to a pole. See that all around, wherever we go. Sometimes it's vertically attached to a tree or a branch, and other times it's laying flat on the ground. I think this is all signage. Signage of some kind. I'll wander through here. It's a little bit soft, this. Oh my word. You can see how soft the ground is. Just look at the depth of the imprint I'm leaving. Right, okay. This stuff, bracket. I think this is called bracket fungi. Weird old stuff. I don't know if you can eat it. I don't want to be one that tries that one out. Had no birds before, but now we've got birds. There are birds calling here. See, in the summer, this old man's beard, this stuff doesn't look too bad. But in the winter, when it's all manky and wet and just hanging, it's really, really creepy. It really does. So I have had a wander before now. In this direction. But I've never been in this direction, in this little area. So just to make sure that I can get my bearings right. Purely by accident, of course. Trees naturally fall in that manner, don't they? So Christy, you have sent me some questions. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to ask the family some of these questions. So first of all, I'm okay. I've got my flask. Everything in my world is good. So I want to ask some of these questions that Christy set for us. And Christy, thank you very much. It's clear that Christy for a long time has been interacting and experiencing the families. But we'll start off with Christy's first question. Are you Arcturians? And there's an emphatic no. No, we are not. I know that there's quite a few sort of video channels regarding this. I believe they are ethereal beings. I honestly don't know a lot about them. But my understanding is from Athenian, we are Xanu. We are Xanu. And I should also say thank you to Athenian for assisting and helping with this. Is Dr. Matt Johnson correct about an exodus from home planet with a dying sun to here? Now, I don't want to correct anybody else's channel, I will say that, but I'll tell you what the family say here, and the answer is no, he is not correct. Now, what I do believe is it's about the dying sun. Dying star, sorry, dying star, that's what he says, it's a dying star. So he may well be correct on that. It's not a sun, it's a star. Betelgeuse. It's a star. So it's not for me to dare to correct anybody. Certainly wouldn't like to correct Dr. Matthew Johnson. So parts of that question were your people a part of it, and did everybody make it over okay? So what Athenian says is, it's not a planet that is lived on, it's a planet of, they use it for their direction, energy, guidance. It's for guidance. So they don't live on it. So maybe, I don't know if that's what has been said, that there were beings living on that, but I understand that is incorrect. So the next question is there a Council of 12? So the response to that is, it's not for us to discuss really, but yes, there is a Council of 12. So is Abak one of the 12? No, he is not. And I believe that the Council of 12 specifically is in the United States, that landmass, which would include Canada. It's that landmass. Now there is a council in this country that Abak is on, and Ahochida was also on that council when Ahochida was with us. And I believe that Abak is very prominent in that council. So that's just different areas and land masses, and I think that's the reason why. So how many times, this is Christie's question, about how many times have the forest people tried to get my attention, as in Christie's attention? How many times have the forest people tried to get this attention? And why? Alright, Athenian's first line is, you have already opened the door, my dear. And if you open the door, we are there. So I think your questions and your openness has been there for a very long time. Perhaps you weren't expecting it to be the forest people. I don't know what you were expecting to see, but my understanding is they have known you since you were born. Again, we go back to this thing about people being chosen. So whilst I'm standing answering and conveying the answers, should I say, from Athenian of Christie's questions, what's right in front of me? But this, so let's just have a look. We've got a very small stick here running across there. It's three-dimensional, this. It's like a letter A, isn't it? One coming up here, crossing over, this one coming down there, which is leaning against another one. What part of that do you think is accidental? Ah dear, so Christie, she asks, is someone trying to open my mind to mind speak? So Athenian's response is, we are, and when she says we, she's meaning the people, Janu people. So this must be your local family to you, Christie. They are trying to improve and enhance what is already there. So you've obviously got the ability to mind speak. You know, a lot of tech gets in the way. A lot of tech. So if you have TVs, radios or mobile phones, this stuff gets in the way. And you have to step away from it. So that will enhance it. And usually this sort of, when I say enhancing it, this kind of help that they assist with happens when you are asleep. Primarily because you can't interfere with the process. You are open to, it's when spirit visits us as well, you are open to that. And they use, I think they use the same channels. You have less interference. So your next question is, why is it that I can see the forest people in photographs and videos only in the past couple of years? That's a very interesting question. And I would second that with, it seems to be something that is very, very prominent recently. I was going to ask Athenian, is this to do with digital cameras? So she's saying they can operate using sound waves or energy. And we can use the energy too. So I think what she's saying is they can manipulate a digital camera, digital stuff, easier than they could with old photographs. Now I've gone through a lot of my family's old photographs and tried to see the same stuff in the trees, and I don't. But now when I watch TV or films, somebody being interviewed somewhere, I'm busy looking at the background. These people that are building log cabins in Canada, I watch some of those channels. Busy looking at the background, thinking, oh my word, the people are all around them, they're watching them. So Christy now asks us, are star seeds a real thing? Are star seeds a real thing? Right, I don't think they know what you mean. Do you have another word for what she may mean? Athenian is thinking along the lines, you may mean star people. Are you referring to star people? And the answer is yes, Zanu are star people. All of us that are following this are star people. If we are following them, if we have belief in their ability, if they are working with us, we are star people. We are people of light. So we are their prodigies, and they will assist us, and hopefully we can honour what they give to us. Christy asks, am I a starseed? You are a pupil. You are a pupil, you are a prodigy, you are a pupil. As am I, for that matter. I think if we have openness and ability to work with the families and work with them and allow them to get on with their business and allow them to help us. And we need to give permission if we want them to assist us. We need to give our permission. Many of you may be aware of them nearby, but if you haven't given your permission, you might not receive any kind of communication. It may be that you are not ready, and so you would not receive communication. I think they have, if you've already had interaction of some kind and you know it's the people, I think that it's up to you to then give permission to them to assist with you. And they will already have a chosen path or a chosen job for you to do. They will already have designated that. So it's not really much cop saying, I want to do this and I want to do that. They know what our capabilities, what our strengths, what our weaknesses are. They've already assessed us. Next question is, well, it's really a rhetorical comment from Christy. And I asked and prayed for help in raising my vibration, and I am feeling lighter in heart and mindset. Are the forest people helping with that? Opening the doors. That's what they're doing. They are opening the doors. I think, do you have to have that already? I think that you have to have that path already. You have to have that ability already, and they will, if you like, polish it, lead you in the right direction. Whether you choose to open those doors or not is a different matter. Now, Abak is the leader in this country, and there are many sort of tribal families and groups around in this country, but I think there is a man down south who has, I've got to be careful what I say, but I think he assumes that everybody must speak through him. I don't have anything to do with the British Bigfoot group. They're laughable, frankly, they're laughable. But anyway, so Abak is in charge of things that go on in this country. He will liaise with Anku in America, and I think Jakut, possibly Jakut, although Jakut keeps himself very much to himself, and Zorth and others in America. And there are other energies involved in this, not just the forest people, other energies. I wonder if at times they liaise with elemental. I've got to turn the camera around here. I wonder if they liaise with elemental at some stage. I think there's connections with all types of beings, and we're just not very good at seeing it. We just assume that it's just one group of peoples. I'm just curious, while I've been standing talking, and I have been facing that direction, I'm aware, it feels to me as if somebody, you know when you're being stared at in a room You know, if someone's in a room and they're staring at you, you know, you can feel it. And that's what it felt like, that I was being observed from over here. So what I want to do is try and just zoom in on this tree. I feel as if it's, see these trees here? I feel as if it's that one at the back. And that's about 12 meters away from me. What I want to see is if you guys can see the same imagery that I can see in that tree. It's all very well me saying, oh yes, I can see this, that or the other. You might see something completely different. And I do believe that we do see things differently. I can see one thing, you can see another. What I'm going to do is I'll do an inverted colour on this and see, because those trees to me look like they're all showing facial imagery. This one here, right in the centre, I'm getting facial imagery in there. It's trying its best to rain. Anything over there? So dead centre, that's where I was looking. So I wonder if that tree is the one that holds the energy they can use. I've said it before and I'll say it again, it sounds crazy, but do they use it like a viewer? Do they use trees like a viewer? Like we would use a TV screen to view videos from other places, do they use these like a viewer? I'm using a different camera this week. Keep changing my cameras round so that, just trying to disprove to myself that there can be any fault with the camera. There shouldn't be. I mean, these are not, frankly, these are not cheap cameras. And I know people have sent me photographs, beautiful photographs. Janet, your photographs of the fall where you live, absolutely stunning. To see that view, absolutely stunning. Beautiful photographs. And I can see blurring in her trees, some crystal clear, some blurring, and this is clearly energy, and this they just do this, they produce this. I know you have forest families near you and a fantastic relationship as well with them, but I think the people give back what they receive from you. If you give out love, you get love back. Joy, fun, and I know they've been having quite a bit of fun with you, Janet. They see your humour. Okay folks, well we're going to leave it here for now. I'll make my way back home. And thank you, Christy, for those questions. Excellent questions. Really excellent questions. Sometimes the family don't want to answer certain questions because they're not allowed to. They don't have the permission to discuss it. They're not allowed to. It's like appearing in front of the camera. Why don't they just come out and stand in front of the camera? Now they would argue that they are standing in front of the camera. And we do see them. They would argue that we are here. We only see them momentarily in these energy traces of energy on the trees and things, but They're not allowed to come and pose in front of a camera. They're not celebrities. They're celebrities to us. But they're not pop stars. They're not celebrities. They're not allowed to do that. They need permission to even to interact with us. And so if you are having interactions with them, that will almost certainly have been granted. Special permission will have been granted for that. Very special permission. So my friends, I hope you have a lovely, lovely week. Winter's on its way, isn't it? The change is here. The change of season. So I'll give you a heads up now. The month of January, I may not be producing anything. I think there's going to be a period where I won't be here in January, so I'll discuss that close to the time, just to give you a heads up. But I'll put it all on the screen so you know when I'm back. Okay, folks, from us all here, from our wonderful family, thank you to Athenian, thank you Christy, thank you everybody that contributes on here, thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you. So take care, have a wonderful, wonderful week, have a wonderful day, lots of love, bye!